Unit 1, History of Photography. Have you ever wondered where modern photography originated from? While we are now moving into the digital age and away from film, the lighting techniques and other photography techniques began in the early 1820s. Niepce and Degas were the first inventors of modern photography. They used a chemical component from silver and chalk which darkens when exposed to light. Now, this type of technology used a glass negative to cement the picture. From the early cameras seen in Western films, we have moved on to manual cameras with film. Now, this film or negative captured the image on a roll to be developed in a dark room to prevent overexposure. The manual cameras use a theory of setting up shots. You had to understand aperture, shutter speed, white balance, and metering to obtain the best picture possible. This meant you spent a lot of time setting up the shot, and it had to be professional to catch wildlife in their natural habits. Aperture is measured by f-stops, or the amount of light that the lens will let in. Focusing and depth of field are also important when setting the aperture on your camera. Now you have to know what numbers will allow more light to enter the lens and to converse to avoid overexposure and blurriness. Shutter speed is the amount of time a lens is open for the picture. You may have found in a darkened room without flash that your camera takes a while to imprint the picture onto the negative. This is because the light is dim and the shutter must correct for the lack of light. The lack of light induces a need to expose the film longer to obtain the picture, whereas more light will have the shutter moving at a faster speed. From the manual cameras, we have moved into the automatic. The camera became lighter. The shutter speed and aperture was programmed into the camera by the settings. ISO became important. ISO is the film speed. Instead of taking minutes to set up a shot, you just had to pick the correct setting and hold the button down to focus. Many cameras came as automatic with manual options for those who still like to treat photography as an artistic vocation. Digital cameras are the new era in photography. Now we can see that the picture we take without the use of film and negatives. We can send the pictures to all of our friends and use our home printers to create prints. Photography has moved from the concentration of taking the perfect shot with a skill born to a few to everyone taking the pictures. This is not to say photography and photographers will not remain. There is still the need for quality in taking professional grade photographs. Light sensitivity is still important when dealing with a digital camera, and unless you spend a lot, you will find quality of photographs still missing. Photograph techniques lay within the lighting provided, whether natural or artificial, for the subject. You might wonder how to create a photograph in a dark room, like a museum, to share with your friends and family. Knowing the past photography techniques will help you in attaining the perfect photograph with your digital camera. Photography may have originated with few people, but we can see the advancements their inventions have led us to now. Congratulations! You finished the first unit of the course.